Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my Bold and Ugly Badass YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about my new work tool, MacBook Air M1 Gold. And I've been thinking about buying a new computer. I've been using Surface Pro, I think. I don't even know much, but my computer history is I always had some kind of nerdy friend around since I've been using computer since I was in college. Always somebody around me is nerdy enough to give me advice which computer to get, or sometimes build a computer for me, or put the software is what I need. Back in the college days, it was like really first time for me to get a computer. And I remember I didn't have the concept, it was 90s, I didn't have the concept of internet so much. And I remember I was studying at a cafe and I just met a random cafe in San Diego, Cafe Crema in PB, Pacific Beach. I was always studying there, and random Chinese American guy, we just started talking at the cafe, and he told me about what the internet means and how it's going to be connected all over the world. And I was like, okay, I didn't know what kind of what it is. But anyway, I was asking then what should I get, because I was using computer lab at community college back then, and it was just for word perfect, like it sounds so ancient already. And then the printer was like old printer with the holes on the both sides. But anyway, so that's when I got advice from him, this random guy. And he told me what kind of spec I need for my just college study. So, and then I think it was $1,000 around that. And I saved my money, and then I bought my first computer because I couldn't ask for more money for my family because they were sending me $1,000 every month, $985 every month. So like I saved up my money and finally bought my computer based on this random Chinese American guy who gave me all the information. Thank you so much. But so that was my first computer experience. And then so I had nerdy friend always around. And when I was in Hiroshima, anywhere, I always got good recommendation or original computer, sometimes getting used display but good enough at low cost and original built up computer. And after I got married, my ex-husband, my first husband, the Korean husband, is kind of computer nerd also, although he was humanity major. But he was really into computer, and he gets whatever computer for himself, and then he wants to get a new computer. So it was always kind of like, for me, hand-me-down computer. And my last one, Surface too, I think Surface, that's the year that I divorced, but that's the first one I got. But he recommended kind of Surface. It's like kind of new stuff and maybe you want to try. And then after that he got his own Surface, and then he gave it to me, or he started using Acer with smaller display, and he said, I don't like small display, so you can use it. And like we were like kind of like swapping, or whatever he recommends I was using, because I don't have any preference. And my work is like presentation and Word, so as long as I can use Office, email, and just simple apps and internet surfing, and not so much of I don't create videos or any kind of digital contents. I mean, I do this, but I'm using iPhone, and mine is not like really artistic. So it doesn't matter. I just need simple computer, and I prefer a laptop because I go to a cafe and work. So not too heavy. So anyway, I don't have any preference. So the last computer, Surface Pro, that I was using was hand-me-down from my ex-husband, who was using it, but he kind of going back and forth between Mac and different computers, and I think he got MacBook Pro or Air, so he gave the Surface to me, or we swapped. I don't remember. But anyway, my point was, I never had any idea what I want to get or what I want to use. But recently, I've been always using iPhone and AirPods and Apple Watch, and after I listened to Steve Jobs' biography, I was really touched about Apple. And I knew about like Apple stories and Steve Jobs legend, but the book really hooked me into the Apple world. And I had many chances to really learn Apple values and get to know, like people who work for Apple, or read more, Apple stories. So I was like, maybe it's time for me to get an Apple computer. And after I immigrated to US in January, it's been more than 6 months. Right now it's September, but when I started thinking, or when I listened to Steve Jobs' biography was in July. So that time I was like, it's been 6 months and my business is going well. I'm making enough money. I don't have to worry about money. So maybe it's time for me to invest in my tools, and I want to kind of focus. That's the influence from Steve Jobs' book too, kind of focus on what you are passionate about or what you're good at. And I was like, my work is online coaching and training, and pretty much what I use is my body and computer. That's it. So why don't I just invest in my tool? And first of all, I make money, but I don't use money. I don't spend money much. And the reason is because I grew up in a really poor family, and then my father kind of, liked to spend a lot of money for other people, and I had this mentality like our house is poor, not having enough money. And then my mom was like working hard and always worried about money, but then she was a little materialistic, maybe because she was doing drinking bar business. She had to wear nice jewelry or nice clothes too, or nice kimono. So she was a bit materialistic. I guess both, mom and dad, they were poor, so like maybe they believed having material means you were rich or affluent or whatever. But for me, I am Muji generation from Japan, or 就職氷河期時代, like it was extremely difficult to get a job generation after the bubble burst. And I'm not saying like all my generation are like that, but I'm not that materialistic. And I don't know, maybe another reason is because I spent too many years as international student, 9 years total. So it wasn't like, this is my house, I'm rooted or anything, but always the mentality is like, I'm ready to move anytime, and I don't need big furniture, or I don't need any belonging, and that kind of prevent me from moving easily. That could be one reason, or just poor international student, poor graduate student, not really thinking about having something valuable, materialistic. Anyway, so maybe that's the reason, but when it comes to buying something, I think twice, 3 times, 4 times, and I don't spend money. So I was telling myself, come on, Tomomi, this is your profession, you're making, enough money, and it's nothing compared to what you're making. So why don't you buy a computer? So it's really interesting, like childhood mentality that you need to always kind of constantly remind. But so I said, okay, let's do that. And then so yeah, I chose MacBook Air. I could have gotten MacBook Pro, but again, I'm not like doing like heavy stuff with the computer. I'm not so professional or not complicated. And like I said, I like to work outside at a cafe. So I want it to be light, easy. So, and then yeah, I didn't like really feel like the difference. I don't even know the difference between like what's the MacBook Pro, do I need that much? So I just used Air. And when I went to get it, maybe because it was after the college semester started or something, it was like, what do you call, dark gray or gold. That was the only color selection I got, because one of the reasons is because I went to Army PX, not the Apple store or anything. But I didn't care, like, okay, if I don't have enough color, that's fine. And my room office is like a lot of gold, and then as you can see, gold and pinkish color. So like, yeah, this gold look rose gold, yeah, why not? So it's not even a big decision, so I just got it. So that's how I got my computer. But so how do I like it? I'm getting used to Apple computer now, like how to open file and stuff. And things I like is the what is that, like touch ID, so I can unlock the screen. And also it works with, oh, the timer is here, with my Apple Watch. So the lock is open because they detect my Apple Watch. And using AirPods is easier because it automatically detects and connects. With the Surface Pro I was using, I always had to like connect it in the Bluetooth, and it was a little bit pain in the neck. But so these like automation makes my life easier. And what else? One thing that I'm still struggling is I bought a docking station, mini docking station to connect to dual monitor. But after I bought that, I went to my Best Buy and specifically asked, I got a new MacBook Air, I have dual display, so dual external display, so I need to connect, and they gave it to me. And I used it and it doesn't work. And then I found out that MacBook Air M1 doesn't connect to dual external monitor as a specification, but I need to get displaylink docking station. So I'm like, okay. I went to turn the back at Best Buy, and I think, easiest is like just get it on Amazon. But I'm just being lazy, so I'm just using my MacBook Air without any external monitors right now. That's fine. It doesn't bother me much, but I just want to use more space. So that's the next step I want to take to make my office or my working station better. But so far I can't really feel the difference. I mean, like maybe some people are like, what? You don't know the difference? But yeah, yeah, I'm just using like Zoom and calendar and email and Chrome and Gmail and stuff. So but let's see. And like I said, I appreciate the connection with Apple Watch and my AirPods, and I'm thinking about connecting iPad also using together, but I don't know what I want to do or how I want to use it. So I'm gonna explore, experiment, and see how I can maximize my workstation. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. And so today's question is like, if you have MacBook Air, M1 MacBook Air, how are you using it? You know, how are you maximizing the technology, and what does your workstation look like, or what do you connect and how do you use it? So that's my question, that's my story today. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. See you next time.